If you want to fall in love with airplanes, as long as you're happy, you're not hurting anyone, I wish you all the best with your love.
I'd rather deal with someone who used to date planes than someone who prefers trains. Like that's the only thing I can make of this. I don't know. That's the only silver lining I've taken this. Either way, I'd be a little bit freaked out.
I mean,
so a lot of men are single,
yep.
but some aren't. And I did see one article or one TikTok of a girl who said she was struggling with her relationship with her man, and she decided to put him on a performance improvement plan.
That's right. That's right. So let's take a listen to hear exactly how this setup works, because this sounds really formal.
Yeah.
And I feel like it would be a complete turnoff for me if somebody was like, "Oh, we need to put you on a PIP."
For real.
Crazy.
Hi, I'm David Blaine.
Oh, here we go with the commercials again.
To present
David Blaine, you're not what I'm trying to listen to right now.
Having a lot of issues in the beginning, like a lot. And ultimately, I felt like we weren't compatible, even though we had a lot of love for each other. So as a last straw, we decided to do like a performance improvement plan. And before you come at me, I know it's kind of harsh to some of you, but he's an engineer, and sometimes it's really hard to communicate with him without using something that he can already relate to. Plus, he kind of liked it. So we had a shared note with daily and weekly tasks he needed to do and a set of things that he needed to work on. And it worked out really well. Like even now, for our household chores, things that he's responsible for, we use a Kanban board. That has been the only thing that has stuck and works. Like anything I need done, I just add it onto the Kanban board and he'll get it done. But if I just tell him, he'll forget about it. We also do weekly retrospectives where we check in with each other at the end of each week to see how we're doing. And that's my favorite.
No, I would no.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Honestly, I like the idea. I like that idea because if you're more of a logical person, if you're the type of person who needs like clear instructions and you're not that emotionally intelligent the way an engineer would be, I kind of like it. What I dislike is her voice. Like I could never listen to that girl talk and actually be able to talk through problems. And actually, I think her voice is probably a big reason of why he just would rather have it written down. He don't want to hear her talk. He's just like, what are the steps? Write it down. I'll figure it out because I'm sorry. I'm not listening to her give me any criticism. Like her voice is awful. Sorry.
That's hate. I didn't think her voice was that bad. I was fine with it. To me, it's more of like the to-do list aspect that makes no sense to me. Like clearly this person didn't care enough about whatever she found as deficiencies in their relationship or areas for improvement to act on it himself, and he needed it written down. He needed a checklist that they would review every week. Like doing a retro every week about your relationship and what you did or didn't do is insane to me. Like,
is it insane or is it helpful if you're going through problems to actually be able to communicate?
Is she going to pay me too for this work that I'm putting into our relationship since everything is documented now? Like what?
Are you a whore? Why are you getting paid?
Listen, if she's going to give me a list of action items for every week and then we're going to review it at the end of the week and we have a Kanban board, like what is this?
It's a project. A relationship is a project. And as, a project management professional and myself, I actually think it's pretty good to actually document things down. But, I don't know. I feel like people have different communication styles. And if this is what works for him, then that's good. But I would say also from the beginning of the video, her saying she felt like they weren't a match. They weren't compatible. I don't think this is going to work out no matter what.
I don't think so either. If you feel like it's not a match and this is the last straw, then you should probably let the straw break the camel's back. Like it should be over. Like I don't think that you need to resort to treating a relationship like a job in order for it to work. If you're at that point, then that's desperation. You're trying to hold on to something that's not really love, in my mind.
I disagree. I think people have different communication styles and problem solving styles. And
true.
If this is something that, they're able to align on, then I think it's good. If he actually likes it, then that's good. But also, I from the way she started, that was kind of what was the red flag to me.
Would you be open to treating your relationship in this manner, like a job, for the next? Let's not even go crazy. We'll say 25 years.
25 years. That is crazy.
No, but it's not for people that are getting married. You're getting married forever, supposedly. So, like
25 years. Only.
Well, listen, my parents have been
31.
together for 51 years now. So these things like
But these people are married. This is just something that is supposed to kind of get them on the right track.
Oh, so you that's not what I got from it.
Oh.
I got from it that like, oh, this works now. We're going to do this. And this is like our relationship. That's what I got from the way she explained it.
Hey, I mean, whatever works until it stops working, really. Like, I don't know. Personally, I would like to be the person who set it up. I would like to be the person who's going to list everything down, you know?
You want to be the project manager, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you don't want your relationship to be too much of a project.
Exactly.
You don't want it to be like you feel like you're babysitting somebody. But at the same time, you know, you got to work together. And if this is what he's used to, if he's like, okay, this makes sense. You know, I need to do this task and that. I would like to see the task, though. I really want to see.
You and me both. You and me both. Because, oh, boy.
Yeah. The way she sounded, I'm sure the tasks are all centered around her. Especially her putting this out on TikTok. I feel like, whose business is this? But she must have thought it was a great idea. And some of the comments did too. Other people found it very condescending.
Yo, having a Kanban board though, like you got a backlog, you got things in progress, you need things that need to be validated, and then you got your completed checklist. Nah, that's
I love it.
I can't.
I love it. It's just like, oh, this happened. Accountability. Women's Month, you know, we practice accountability, and this woman, she's holding her man accountable.
She is running shit. She's got a type ship over there, and he's going to get it right one way or another.
100%. But yeah, she had people split on that. I mean, some people are giving up on dating humans altogether, man.
That's true. There's been a lot of those, and we've got some new ones.
Bro, last year we talked about fictosexuals.
Yes, we did.
Like this man, he was married to a cartoon hologram. Mm-hmm. He had stuffed animals of the hologram. He actually
hundreds of stuffed animals. It was nasty stuff.
Hundreds of sticky, crusty stuffed animals. But yes, he actually had a wedding, and he said none of his family
did not support him. I felt bad for that though.
Yeah, but I didn't. But other fictosexuals came out and supported him. Mm-hmm. And now we see an article of a woman in Germany who's revealed that she is in a sexual relationship with aircrafts and has taken like 30 mini vacations in the last year just to share the sky with her soulmates, which are the actual planes. Now, she's really making women's history for being, you know, the first woman I've seen being openly in a relationship with aircrafts.
Yeah, that's a fact. I mean, this brings the Mile High Club to a whole new level. She's got tons of these like airplane figurines in her house, in her bed, sleeping with her. Like,
she spent over $4,000 on model airplanes. She actually identifies as an objectum sexual. So she's sexually attracted to objects, specifically airplanes.
Yeah.
And those model airplanes, I'm sure, are sticky too.
Listen, these airplanes are kind of big too, and I'm not trying to violate, but if she's using those, that's impressive. If she's using those. I mean, in the picture, she's literally sitting on top of one and just like wrapping her hands around it lovingly. Like, it's just,
I mean, she has a little one in the picture.
Yeah,
You know,
handheld version.
yeah. I wonder if that vibrates.
I mean, she said this, the size does not matter to her.
Oh my gosh, she has 5 airplane tattoos.
Airplanes are cool, but I don't think they're that cool.
Yeah, you don't want to fuck one.
No, no. They're not comfortable on the inside. Maybe, well, pause. maybe for her they're comfortable on the inside.
I don't know.
I don't know. For me, it's a little cramped, but just there's too many jokes. They just write themselves. This is crazy.
It is a little crazy. I wonder who took these pictures. She is straddling the model plane in this one picture, man. Do you think we're gonna see more of this stuff? And do you even believe this? Because she seems like she's like dead ass serious.
I would love to know a little bit more about her childhood and what sort of traumas she went through. But I think we are going to see more of this. Even in the article, they talk about some guy who's in love with his '88 Chevy or something like that. So
okay,
and he feels like his Chevy is a man, and he likes to rub himself on the. All right, I'll stop.
Yeah, why are you making eye contact with me?
I'm looking at the. You know what? Let me look at the camera. Let me.
I'm like, how many details are we gonna get on this guy?
All right. Listen,
no, I feel you, man. Like it makes me uncomfortable to talk about this stuff, but they're in love.
Listen, I think you gotta let people do what they want to do. If you want to fall in love with airplanes or your Chevy truck or whatever you want to do, then as long as you're happy, you're not hurting anyone. I wish you all the best with your love.
Yes, and I will say, you know, I'd rather deal with someone who used to date planes than someone who prefers trains. Like that's the only thing I can make of this. I don't know. That's the only silver lining I've taken this. Either way, I'd be a little bit freaked out.
I mean, yeah. I agree. I will definitely agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah. Choo. It's Women's History Month.
It is.
We celebrate women every day.
That's right. No matter who they love or what they love or where they love.
Yeah, and this woman, you know, she caused some controversy because she pretty much urged, okay. This pregnant woman, is she pregnant? Yes. Yeah. No, she's not pregnant. She's saying if I'm giving birth. Okay, this woman said to my husband, if I'm giving birth and the doctor says you need to pick between me or the baby, please save me. I don't want our son Ethan to grow up without a mom, and I don't want you to have to raise 2 babies alone while also grieving your wife. Damn, she put grieving in the equation as if she was looking out for her husband. Now, I know we watched House of Dragon,
yes.
House of the Dragon last year, and the first episode pretty much addressed having to pick between your wife and a baby.
Yeah, Viserys.
Yeah, that's the first thing I thought of when I read this.
Same.
You know, a lot of people were critical of this. I think it is weird. I always say I think it's weird when people put these questions out to TikTok for debate. But hey, it starts a good dialogue.
I mean, somebody had to answer that question in a really difficult situation.
Yeah.
Before, like, it's definitely come up before for people, especially when there's complications with birth and things like that. Shout out to all the moms out there. But what do you think you would do? Like, would you choose your wife over your hopeful to be born child? Like, what would you do?
I don't know, man. It really depends.
I know, right? Wait, but what does it depend on? This woman's been getting on my fucking nerves, man. I'll take this kid. I'll take the kid instead.
It depends on how good her last performance improvement meeting went. I'm sorry. This baby has a lot more potential than you.
Exactly. Your last P&G conversation was not satisfactory.
It's gonna be the baby. You should have thought about that before.
Exactly. Sky is the limit with them, and with you plateaued.
I'm sorry. I trust my DNA a little bit more than I can trust you, woman. But You know, I don't know. I wouldn't want to make that decision, to be perfectly honest.
No,
I really wouldn't want to.
That's a terrible decision to have to make.
Yeah, but I always think I would probably want to keep my wife if it were up to me.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't have kids. I'm not married. But you know, watching House of the Dragon, he wanted a son.
He did.
He was the king.
He did not care.
Yeah.
He was like, I've got a daughter. I need a son.
Yep.
I'm sick. Like,
yeah, and actually, you know, he ended up having a daughter again, and the baby actually I think died.
Mm-hmm.
But his new young wife, she popped out some boys for him. So it all worked out.
well, did she pop out boys for him or
Listen.
Yeah.
You know, we're not gonna spoil it.
Exactly.
But do you have an idea of what you would do? Can you put yourself in that position?
I mean, I would like to think I would choose my wife.
You can always make new babies.
Yeah, well, usually in circumstances like this, though, if there's complications to that degree where you have to choose one or the other, you're probably not having more kids after that. But I think that your spouse is somebody that, you know, you want to be with for the rest of your life. And when it comes to a kid, like it's just a really hard decision. But you know your spouse. I feel like the biggest difficulty would be if you're in that situation and your wife is telling you, save the kid. Because then it's like, well, she wants me to save the kid. So what do I do? Like it's almost like giving you a hall pass, but at the same time, it's like
a death pass.
Yeah. It's like literally giving the death penalty to your spouse. So it's a tough one.
Yeah, it's a pretty dark topic.
Yeah.
Subscribe on YouTube, subscribe on Spotify, follow on Instagram,
Of course.
Twitter, TikTok,
All the apps. We're everywhere. We are everywhere.